Once upon a time, there was a man named Saeed who lived in a small village on the edge of a vast desert. Saeed's life was simple, and he worked as a goat herder. However, he always dreamed of finding a treasure that would change his life. One night, Saeed dreamt of an old map leading to a hidden treasure in the desert. When he woke up, he felt that the dream was not just an ordinary dream, but a message from fate. He decided to follow the dream and search for the treasure. Saeed prepared himself with food and water and set out early in the morning. He walked for days and nights in the desert, following the signs he saw in his dream. One day, while searching among the sand dunes, he noticed something shiny beneath the sand. He dug with his hands until he found an old wooden chest. Saeed opened the chest and found a vast treasure of gold and jewels inside. He couldn't believe his luck, but at the same time, he noticed an old scroll beside the treasure. He opened the scroll and read the message inside. "O finder of this treasure, know that this treasure is cursed, and anyone who tries to possess it will meet their doom. If you are determined to take it, you must solve the following riddle to break the curse. Where the light rises, your fate is bound by time, and time shows no mercy." Saeed stood puzzled, contemplating the meaning of the riddle. He decided to take the treasure back to his village despite the warning. However, after a few days, he began to notice strange changes in his body. He was aging at an unnatural speed. Every time he tried to solve the riddle, time seemed to outpace his thoughts. In the end, Saeed realized that the light mentioned in the riddle was the sun, and that it was tied to the relentless passage of time. But the realization came too late. In his final moments, Saeed sat under an old tree in his village, holding a piece of gold in his hand, wishing he had never coveted the treasure. As the sun set, he closed his eyes forever, leaving behind a cautionary tale. After Saeed's death, his story spread through the village, becoming a warning for anyone tempted by the treasure. But one day, a determined young man named Yasser, Saeed's grandson, decided to delve into his grandfather's secrets and attempt to solve the riddle. Yasser was a smart and adventurous young man who had read extensively about legends and riddles. He believed there was a solution to the curse and that he could break it. After years of research and study, Yasser decided to return the treasure to its place in the desert. Yasser embarked on a journey similar to his grandfather's, following the same signs and paths. After days of travel, he reached the same spot where Saeed had found the treasure. Yasser reburied the treasure in the sand and sat down to think about the riddle's meaning. Where the light rises, your fate is bound by time, and time shows no mercy. Yasser recalled that his grandfather had mentioned that the sun was the key. He started to think about the relationship between the sun and time and how it could affect the treasure. Yasser decided to wait until sunrise to see what would happen. At dawn, as the sun slowly rose, illuminating the desert, Yasser noticed that the first rays of sunlight fell on a specific spot in the sand. He dug at that spot and found an old stone with an inscription. "O seeker of breaking the curse, time is not your enemy but your friend. Every moment holds a new opportunity. If you wish to survive, abandon greed and seize the moment." Yasser realized that the riddle was not only a warning against greed, but also an invitation to make the most of every moment in life. He decided to leave the treasure buried and return to his village, carrying the wisdom he had learned. Yasser returned to the village and shared his story and the wisdom he had gained.